In the mist-shrouded realms of Norse mythology, few figures loom as large or as enigmatic as the Valkyries. Known as Odin's choosers of the slain, these fierce female warriors have captivated imaginations for centuries. But who were they really? Radiant guides to a glorious afterlife, or harbingers of doom on blood-soaked battlefields? Picture a storm-racked sky above a raging battle. Through the clouds, ethereal riders descend on spectral steeds. Their armor gleams with an otherworldly light, yet shadows cling to their forms. These are the Valkyries selecting the bravest of the fallen to join the ranks of Odin's Einherjar in Valhalla. In their most heroic aspect, Valkyries were seen as benevolent psychopomps, guiding worthy warriors to their eternal reward. They would swoop down amidst the chaos of combat, plucking the souls of the valiant from their broken bodies. These chosen heroes would then be borne aloft to the golden halls of Valhalla, there to feast and fight alongside the gods until Ragnarok. But there was always a darker side to the Valkyrie legends. Some tales cast them not as merciful guides, but as death spirits who reveled in carnage. These versions of the Valkyries were said to prowl battlefields, stoking the flames of war and doom. Their very presence could turn the tide of conflict, driving men to heights of berserker fury or depths of paralyzing terror. Perhaps most chilling were the myths that spoke of Valkyries as weavers of fate itself. In shadowy halls, they were said to work at cosmic looms, their threads determining the length of mortal lives. With each pass of the shuttle, they decided who would live and who would die. The clash of sword on shield, the flight of arrows, the thrust of spear, all were but the outward manifestations of the Valkyries' weaving. This duality, radiant guide and dark reaper, lies at the heart of Valkyrie lore. They embodied both the glory and the horror of battle, the promise of eternal reward and the finality of death. In one moment, a Valkyrie might appear as a shining maiden, offering a hero a draught of mead from her horn. In the next, she could reveal herself as a gaunt specter, her touch bringing instant doom. The legacy of the Valkyries runs deep in Norse culture, shaping Viking concepts of fate, glory, and the afterlife. They represented the ultimate arbiter of a warrior's worth, determining who was truly brave enough to enter Odin's halls. This belief spurred countless men to acts of desperate courage, hoping to catch the eye of these celestial choosers. Yet the Valkyries also served as a reminder of war's true cost. For every hero welcomed to Valhalla, countless others were left to the cold earth or the ravening wolves. The Valkyries' choice was final and absolute, brooking no appeal. In this, they embodied the harsh fatalism that often characterized Norse worldviews. As we ponder these ancient tales, we're left to wonder, were the Valkyries truly divine beings, or simply personifications of war's fickle nature? Did they represent hope for glory beyond death, or the grim reality that all must eventually fall? Perhaps they were both, a complex interweaving of light and shadow, much like the threads they were said to weave. The enduring fascination with Valkyries speaks to their power as symbols. They encapsulate both the allure and the terror of battle, the yearning for immortality and the inescapability of fate. In their legends, we see reflected our own complex relationship with conflict, glory, and mortality. As the storm clouds gather and spectral riders take wing, we're left to contemplate our own place in the grand tapestry of existence. Will we be chosen for glory or consigned to oblivion? The answer, like the Valkyries themselves, remains shrouded in mystery. If you've been captivated by this glimpse into the world of Norse mythology, don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of ancient legends and their modern resonance. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you see the Valkyries as benevolent guides or darker harbingers? Share your perspective in the comments below. From radiant maidens to skeletal harbingers, the Valkyries continue to ride through our collective imagination. They remind us that in every moment of triumph, the shadow of fate looms near. As we navigate our own battles, both literal and metaphorical, perhaps we can draw inspiration from these legendary choosers of the slain. For in their stories, we find not just tales of ancient gods and heroes, but reflections of our own struggles with destiny, courage, and the ever-present specter of mortality. The next time thunder rolls across a darkened sky, take a moment to listen. Is that simply the rumble of the storm, or the distant hoofbeats of Odin's choosers? Are they coming to guide, to reap, or simply to remind us that our threads in the great weave of fate are both precious and precarious? In the end, the true power of the Valkyrie myths lies not in their historical accuracy, but in their ability to stir something primal within us. They speak to our deepest fears and our loftiest aspirations. They challenge us to live lives worthy of legend, even as they remind us of our ultimate fragility. As we close this exploration of these fascinating figures, let the image of the Valkyrie serve as both inspiration and warning. May we strive to be worthy of their choice, yet never forget the price of glory. For in the balance between light and shadow, between valor and doom, we find the essence of what it means to be human. The storm is gathering, the riders approach. Will you heed their call? The choice, as always, is yours. But remember, in the realm of gods and fate, nothing is ever quite as it seems. The Valkyries await their nature as complex and contradictory as the very battles they oversee. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your spirit ready for adventure. For who knows when the choosers of the slain might turn their gaze upon you? Subscribe now to ensure you don't miss our next journey into the realms of myth and legend. And do not forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might just shed new light on these age-old tales.